You ever been in a position to where like you're correcting something, and in the middle of correcting it with an individual, you realize, you know what? I don't know that I ever originally told this person to do it this way.
Man, that's very insightful. That's just, that takes a lot of maturity, humility, and wisdom to avoid those types of situations. But I think it comes back to, as a leader, you have to create an environment where all the rules within reason are spelled out. What I think is interesting is that the more disciplined and rigid and structured your workplace is, the more measurements there are, the more clearly defined expectations there are, the more regularly communicated, the more regularly that you're communicating what those expectations are, the more regularly you're communicating the measurements for every one of these expectations. So the more you create this really structured environment, which on one hand could seem like stifling, micromanagey, what I've actually found is that the opposite is true. Is that the more disciplined you are, the more it unleashes people's ability to really find success and to find joy and happiness inside of a work world. Human beings just want to know how the game is played, and they want to see the scoreboard. And that's true of any position. It doesn't matter whether it's an obvious productive position like a salesperson or somebody who's got to make so many widgets per hour. It's even somebody who's answering the phones or greeting. I mean, any and all positions, somebody in accounting. The more that you can put clearly defined expectations on that position, the better they'll be. And when you create an environment that everyone is totally bought into and everybody understands these things very clearly, then when you sit and have coaching conversations, it actually is much more benevolent, because it's not about me and you. It's really about the results.
Yeah, let's take it back to the standard that we had set and we'd agreed
and it's
to.
Like, hey,
yeah.
I think you're a wonderful person. I mean, I think you and I know each other well, but I don't believe that God ever makes mistakes. I think that people can be in the wrong place, or maybe have the wrong point of desire. But ultimately, I think anybody can do exceptionally well given the right set of circumstances. So if I've done my job and made sure that I've given you all of the rules and I've given you all of the tools, then when we sit and we're having coaching conversations, all we're doing is coaching back to the standard. And then we can also get to the root, which is whether or not this is the right place for you to be. And if we ultimately come to the conclusion, I mean, there's no downside. Either we can